As you can see by the video title, today I will be talking about hornets. Hornets have been the bane of people's existence for a while, but are they really the evil monsters we made them out to be? Well, there's more to these little guys than meets the eye. The evolution of hornets begins with the order Hymenoptera, which first evolved in the Jurassic period and includes sawflies, ants, bees, and wasps. Wasps, bees, and ants belong to the suborder Apocrita. Next on this journey is the superfamily Vespodia, which includes not just hornets, but fan favorites like ants, velvet ants, and the tarantula hawk. This leads to the important family Vespidae, which is the largest family of all the wasps, containing 5,000 species. This leads to the family Vespinae, which may have first evolved in the Eocene, but this is based off Paleovespa and when it first appeared. Yellow jackets also belong to this family, but I don't care about yellow jackets right now because this is about hornets, or the genus Vespa. Now, the word hornet gets thrown around a lot. In fact, I'll play a game with you. Which of these two wasps is the hornet? 10 seconds on the clock. And let's see the results! Not gonna lie, I'm not surprised. Most of you got that wrong. Well, if it doesn't belong to Vespa, it isn't a hornet. For those who see a wasp and can't tell what it is, just use your phone. Your phone does more than just Snapchat and hold pictures of nudes. Hornets contain 25 species, but only like 5 of them matter. So let's talk about the 5 that do matter, shall we? 3 out of these 5 are the deadliest of all the hornets. The Asian giant hornet, the Japanese yellow hornet, and Vespa locutosa, which I will call the wrecker hornet for simplicity. However, each are dangerous for different reasons. The Asian giant hornet is deadly due to them injecting a large amount of venom into its attackers. The Japanese yellow hornet might be the easiest to anger and form attack squadrons of 1,000 to 2,000 individuals. The wrecker hornet has the most lethal venom. While the Asian giant hornet does kill more people, this is mostly due to them interacting with humans more. However, not all hornets are deadly. To people without allergies, of course. The most widespread distribution of all hornets goes to the European hornet. This hornet can be found across Europe, Asia, and North America. Thanks, Europe, for giving us another animal we didn't need. These hornets are also aggressive and have been known to steal prey from the yellow garden spider. Now that's gangster. The Oriental hornet is a unique hornet, found in the countries of Asia, Africa, and now introduced to North America, mostly Mexico. The Oriental hornet is the only hornet to build its nest underground, which is primitive. Remember that ants are wingless wasps. The Oriental hornet is unique in its anatomy. If you don't live under a rock, you've played Pokemon before, and in this game there's an ability called Chlorophyll, which boosts a Pokemon's speed under the sun. Well, the Oriental hornet has something similar. Unlike the greater banded hornet, the Oriental hornet's band has a use, as it is able to absorb sunlight and turn it into electricity, which gives it the power to dig even faster. Well, there's a Pokemon idea for you. The anatomy of the hornet is still interesting, even after knowing the Oriental hornet's Pokemon ability. In hornets, in fact all members of Apocrita, only the females have stingers, because the stinger evolved from the ovipositor. Yes, nature took an organ that brings life and made it into an organ that ends it. This means that only female hornets can sting. Connected to this is the venom sac, which gives the hornet its deadly venom. There's also something in hornets known as the attack pheromone. When a hornet stings you, or you step on one, the chemical is released and allows hornets to know that it is time for another crusade. The stinger is not the only painful part of the hornet. A hornet's jaws are powerful for its size. These jaws are able to crush prey quickly. Quick warning, hornets also bite. Another interesting aspect of hornet anatomy is its eyes. Unlike other wasps, hornets are able to fly at night, despite their eyesight being a little worse than that of other wasps. This night vision is thanks to its bigger eyes, and the 3 little eyes on its head known as ocelli. This ability to work at night helps the hornets get their job done. The job of all hornets are the same. Each build a nest made out of chewed wood and spit. Hornets are eusocial, meaning that unlike social animals like humans and budgies, which can show individuality while staying in a group, hornets are like the Borg. Females are usually the guards and take care of the children. There's also the sentry, which is pretty much the hornet bodyguard. There's also the scout, who looks for food. To a hornet, nothing is more important than the nest. It is the hornet equivalent to the Holy Land. I mean, why wouldn't it be? If somebody tried to destroy my Holy Land, I'd fight them. Hornets are also known to get into fights with each other, and it's kinda sad. Jeez, these animals have some serious issues. The males, also known as drones, don't have issues. Remember, they can't even sting. However, they are pretty much only good for one thing, sex, and only the queen is allowed to have sex. The queen can lay thousands of eggs in her lifetime. There's also the problem of incest. To avoid this, the queen just mates with multiple drones, meaning that the workers tend to have different dads. Also, drones develop from haplodiploid eggs, meaning that they hatch from eggs that aren't fertilized. The life of a hornet starts as a little grub. These little grubs require constant maintenance, yet again, what little kid doesn't? Guess that's why my mom told me not to have any. The next stage in the life cycle of the hornet is the pupa. This is the hornet equivalent of the cocoon. Once the hornet pops out of its pupa, they are immediately assigned a job and get right to work. Man, life sucks for every animal, doesn't it? However, some eggs aren't like the rest. Some are the next generation of queens. These royal children will eventually lead and build their own colony. When it is fall, the fertilized queens will eventually move out and find a place to hibernate for the winter. Once spring comes, the young queen will build her own little house and lay some eggs. Once her little children grow into hornets, they will begin to build the house even more. Eventually, the queen will lay even more eggs and the process of the hornet's work life begins again. And so does the killing. Hornets are quite the predators and can easily take down plenty of animals. The most popular example is the Japanese giant hornet versus the European honeybee. This fight is one-sided. It only takes like 30 hornets to take out like 3,000 bees. This is the Japanese giant hornet's favorite prey because the European honeybee's cousin... Yeah, they burn them alive, so they don't like Japanese ones so much. Now, even though hornets are aggressive, it doesn't make them safe. Smaller hornets like the European hornet have to worry about bee eaters. Other birds like magpies and starlings will also eat and kill hornets if given the chance. Another aerial animal most hornets must worry about is bats. In the arthropod world, mantises and spiders will eat hornets as well. However, the biggest threat to hornets? Humans. I should expand on the relationships between humans and hornets. See, humans hate hornets. Except me. I like hornets. I asked my friends from Japan how they felt about the Asian giant hornet, and I got these answers. This dude is the bee's knees. Many people consider hornets a pest. Remember, all these guys do is kill bees. Humans can also be attacked by hornets. In Japan, an average of 40 people a year are killed by the Asian giant hornet, giving it the highest body count of any hornet. Other hornets don't kill that often. The two other deadly hornets like the Japanese yellow hornet and the Rekka hornet just don't interact with humans as much as the Asian giant hornet does. And the rest of the hornet species can really only kill people with severe allergies, and even then humans can be hospitalized. People in Japan eat Asian giant hornets. I looked into it, they do! Turns out they make a great drink, and a workout supplement apparently. As somebody trying to get bigger, I should look into it. Despite the bad rep that hornets have, they actually affect human culture. Sadly, there are no gods in the name of hornets. In fact, the closest thing to a god hornets have gotten to was they were mentioned in the Bible, or Torah if you want to be more specific. Hornets do make up a large amount of names for sports teams and weapons. Hornets are also the inspiration for fictional characters. Monsters like Tiger Vespimon and Beedrill are based off hornets. Also, real talk, Mega Beedrill, amazing. Can't name the amount of time this thing has saved me. Comic book characters like the Green Hornet, at least in his name, and Hornet, there are like 3 of them, are inspired by hornets. You know, for such an evil creature, they seem to have some influence. So are hornets really these evil monsters who want nothing more than to ruin everything? No. Listen, real talk, the hornets do provide something important to the ecosystem. Hornets help pollinate flowers and control populations, and despite them being aggressive, they only do it to protect their hive. All you have to do when you see one is not act like an idiot and panic trying to kill the animal. So in conclusion, hornets are cruel, but they are cruel because they have to be, and there has to be something good about them. I mean, we named a lot of things after these guys. I think hornets are awesome personally. And they aren't the worst thing. I mean, it's not like they man a sniper class not named Anna. Well, I'm Metazine, remember, pick the healer, man, or at least the tank. Jeez.